Hello and welcome to tonight's Tuesday Talk. My name is Susan Brown and I am the Associate Director of Parent and Family Programs. We are so happy you joined us this evening. Tonight we will be discussing preparing for commencement. Families with graduating seniors will find tonight's webinar most beneficial. However, we will provide all families with the opportunity to learn about the process and how commencement works. Before we begin, I'd like to congratulate all of our senior families. We know how proud you must be of your student, and thank you to all of our parents, guardian, and family members who have supported your student throughout their time here at Northeastern. Joining me tonight is Christine Pasquale and Joan Bradmall from the Commencement office. They will be here to do a presentation first about commencement, and then we will end the session with questions and answers. So welcome, Christina and Joan. Thank you for joining us tonight for the Commencement Talk.
Thanks for having us. Good to be here. All right. All right, so the agenda for tonight, we'll talk about planning tips for commencement, ceremony details, tickets and travel information, commencement fest and other college-related events, photos, yearbooks, gifts, and then we'll have a Q&A session at the end for everyone who has all their questions. Planning tips. The ceremony is on Friday, May 5th. And we recommend booking a hotel if you're coming from out of town. All the information is available on the parents' website as well as our Northeastern Commencement website. And the other dates that are listed are for the upcoming commencements that are already confirmed, but also note that not all of this information will be related to those dates. So for the undergraduate day ceremony, again, Friday, May 5th, it begins at 10:30 a.m. at the TD Garden. And the ceremony is about 2 to 2.5 hours long. Doors open for guests at 8 a.m. and the student procession begins at 9:20, which is when the students start walking in to take their seats in the garden. So we recommend parents getting there anywhere from 8 until 9 o'clock to get a good seat, and the tickets, which we'll get to, it's first come, first served, general admission, there's no assigned seating. So as far as your student goes, you should make sure that your student has applied to graduate, which is the application that they were sent from the registrar's office to confirm that they are in fact graduating with all of their student information and their ceremony RSVP, and all of their cap and gown information is also in there. They should also review all ceremony details. Again, everything is listed on our website, and we will be sending out informational emails in the next couple of weeks to their Husky email address. We should also note that financial obligations should be met. Anyone that has an outstanding balance, they will not receive their diploma at the ceremony. Everything has to be paid in full in order to receive that diploma. Cap and gown pickup. The academic regalia, which is the cap, tassel, and gown, is provided at no cost to students, and they keep it as a memento. The pickup schedule is Tuesday, May 2nd from 9 to 7, and Wednesday, May 3rd from 9 to 7. Again, if your student for any reason cannot pick up their cap and gown, they can send a friend to pick it up for them, or a parent, whoever's in the area basically, to pick it up for them. Now to tickets, there's 4 guest tickets per student. Unfortunately, extra tickets are not available through our office. If you need more than 4, we recommend your student asking friends, classmates, peers, anyone that is not using all of their tickets, they can give them their tickets basically. They will be electronic tickets, so they'll be available through the MyNEU student portal, through the My Tickets link. And again, that'll start at we're aiming for the end of March to have that open for our students. And again, they will be receiving an email from our office in the next week or so. All guests should have the tickets in hand prior to the ceremony. The tickets are PDF, so they can just be sent by email, which is easy. And if you're unable to attend or have a family member that's unable to attend, the ceremony is live streamed on the Northeastern main website. Now, travel and parking, again, back to the hotel information. Hotel information is on the parents' website as well as our website. We partner with a booking site that gives some discounted rates, and it shows you where you can either pick to stay in a hotel near campus, or you can pick somewhere that's closer to the garden. And then parking at the garden is very limited. We recommend everyone taking public transportation or a cab because, again, it's a working day in Boston and the parking is extremely limited and there's a lot of construction going on down there, so we highly recommend public transportation. And handicapped accessible parking, anything that's available in the garages near the garden garage specifically, you just have to have a handicap placard or license plates, whatever. And we also advise bringing a rented wheelchair if your guest cannot walk far distances because, again, there's a lot of people coming. It's kind of like going to a concert or a basketball game there. It's very packed. International travel, that's any questions regarding that, you should contact the Office of Global Services. They should be able to answer any questions regarding that information. And Commencement Fest, this is held through the Office of Alumni Relations. It's the night before commencement from 5:30 to 8 in the common area, and it's just a kind of time to get together with classmates, professors, deans, and your family to just enjoy a little celebration before commencement. And again, you can go through the Alumni Relations for more information on that. They will have a registration page available, and I would contact Adrienne Denenberg. She's the one who handles all of that planning. And then if anyone has questions about other college-related events, these are done directly through the college or department. So these are some that we've received that are on our website right now. And again, there's contact information or links on our website if you have other questions about how to get tickets to those ceremonies and other related information. Commencement photos. We do have photographers at cap and gown pickup, and your student can have a free portrait sitting, and then proofs are emailed to them afterwards. There's also photographs taken during the ceremony, and again, your student will fill out some information when they're seated and hand that information up when they're going to get their diploma. And then they'll be emailed all of their proofs, and if you want to purchase them, you can do that through Grad Images. The yearbook, that's a student-run group. We don't directly handle it, but their website is pretty informational, so I would just log on there and find different information on the yearbook, and they have an email account that they take questions from. And then there are graduate gifts, like a diploma frame or a class ring. That's all done through the university bookstore. Again, you can go on their website and find all of that information there. And if you want to do announcements, again, that's through the bookstore as well, and the company is CB Grad. And that's just for if you just want to send announcements to your friends or family saying that your son or daughter is graduating. And that's our contact information if you would like to email us. And then our website, which has all current information, is just northeastern.edu/commencement.
Thank you. That was a good overview of commencement. So now we'd like to take some of your questions. One of them is, will students actually get their diploma that day? Do they walk across the stage? How does that process work?
If they're a May graduate, if they finish their requirements the spring semester, all financial and academic requirements met, they will receive their diploma at the ceremony. There's no walking on the stage. It's more of a filing up in front of the stage where the diploma stations are.
Many questions about tickets, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
You had said that they don't get actual tickets. They are e-tickets, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the students will print those out for them?
Yes. It's just like they're going into, buy a ticket to a hockey game or some sort of other event on campus. It's through their MyNEU, the My Tickets link, and the event will be there, and they'll be able to just download the 4 guest tickets.
So the seating and the gathering, I know the students are sitting according to their college. How will the parents know where that college is? Will they know where the engineering students sit?
We do have it in the so when they arrive, we do have a printed ceremony program, and in the back of it is a diagram of where each college is seated. We don't like to give that out ahead of time because it does tend to change last minute, but the program is probably the best way to find that.
What about a student who's not getting their diploma but is walking at this ceremony? When will they get that diploma? Do they sit in their chair, or do they actually walk across the stage?
The May graduates are seated together because they're going to get their diplomas. If they're already graduating in December, or if they're going to graduate in August, they will receive a blank cover and walk up, and it'll look like they're getting a diploma. They'll be able to take a photograph and all of that. And then for August, summer people, they will get their diplomas about 3 to 4 weeks after the degree is awarded, and I believe that's August 31st this year, so end of September most likely.
Good. Parking, you mentioned it's really busy down there. I, for one, know. I've been at the ceremony. It's really difficult to park down there.
Yep.
You should actually, after the ceremony, have a meeting spot where you meet your students.
Right.
They were going to meet in front of
Definitely.
Burger King or in
Yeah.
front of the...
Away from the garden.
Away from the garden, because it really, like Christina said, is a major event.
Yeah.
What about transportation to the garden? Is any transportation provided for the students or parents to TD Garden?
No. The students should get there on their own. I mean, the Green Line, which is right at Northeastern, goes directly to North Station. They should have absolutely no problem getting there. It's a one-stop shop. It's like a 15-minute ride probably on the train. Same goes for guests. I mean, the MBTA is great. The Orange Line and the Green Line, and any commuter rail. You can find that on their website too, with whatever the commuter rail schedule is. But Green Line, Orange Line, I highly recommend taking there.
And if you do need handicap seating, what should one do?
There's no reservations for that. There is handicap seating on various levels of the garden, which we do have that information. If they want to email us, we can send them the sections of where that seating availability is. They can only have one guest with them, one escort with them in that area, because it is limited to those who actually need it. But there's no reservations, and when they arrive at the garden staff is extremely helpful, can direct them to the elevator to get on and which level to get off to go to that.
And there are stairs in the garden, but there are elevators available for people who cannot do
escalators,
Yep.
and there's no real stair. I mean, there's stairs when you get it to your seats, but stairs to get up to your level, it's just escalators or elevators.
We have a question. Will we actually see our student graduate?
I mean, names are not called. That's just due to the fact that there's over 3,500 students. Most of them do get their diploma, but a lot of students kind of call their parents when they're seated and kind of give them a heads up. The Jumbotron is on, so you'll be able to most likely see your student.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
What if a student can't attend the graduation? How would they get their diploma?
We would mail it. So if they said no to attending, then we usually like to mail those about 2 weeks after the ceremony.
Any information on the ring? How do they get their class rings?
That's through the bookstore. Balfour is the company that they use, and they're great. They all the information. I believe the bookstore should be sending out some sort of pamphlet or flyer, and they have them available the week of commencement to order. They usually have a salesperson, and they'll also have a salesperson at cap and gown pickup. So there'll be information there for them to order.
You spoke in one of your slides about photographers being available. I think several parents are asking, will they be able to get a really good shot of their student graduating?
So an action shot kind of, yes. They do a candid one of them shaking their dean's hand. Then they also take one of them filing up to get their diploma. And they are really good shots. The company is extremely good, and we've been working with them forever.
Are there any scheduled events after the ceremony? But after the ceremony, that concludes all the activities?
Concludes, yes. There's no planned events afterwards. A lot of families go out to like a late lunch or dinner around the north end or anywhere down there.
I would suggest making your reservations early.
Definitely.
We had also suggested to parents to have a meeting place so that you can kind of gather quickly outside. Are cameras allowed inside?
Yes, but large camera bags are not allowed.
Several questions about parking again. It is a paid facility. It's about $30, isn't it, during that time? $30 or $40?
It's an hourly rate.
I've actually used it, and I think it is about $30 or $40.
That sounds about right. I mean, if you can take a cab or an Uber, definitely a preferred mode of transportation because, and you can definitely pay it. I mean, there are definitely garages down there. It's just availability-wise.
If a student is receiving a BA and an MA, do they get to choose which ceremony they go to? Do they go to both?
They can go to both if they want, or either one, whatever their choice. They would get tickets If they said yes to both ceremonies, then they would get tickets for both ceremonies.
The Commencement Fest, the one that's held Friday, May 4th, I believe?
Thursday,
Yep. Thursday, May 4th. Can you tell us a little bit what happens during that time? How long does it last?
I know it's from 5:30 to 8. That's through the Alumni Relations Office. I believe you have to register for it, and their website should have that registration information on it. It's just kind of like a get-together. There's like different kind of booths, like photo booth opportunities, hors d'oeuvres, and it's just kind of like a mixer, I guess you would say, with like there's like professors and the deans of each college are usually there. It was a great event last year.
Lots of questions about what to bring into the garden. Can you bring in a bag? Like people are asking if you have a baby with you, diaper bags, that type of thing.
As long as it's not the size, it's the garden's policies, it's not our policies, but anything larger than a 12 by 12 by 12 bag is not permitted. So we recommend packing as light as you can.
And they don't have to return the caps and gowns, right? You said they can keep them. Okay, so students can keep those. Someone's asking, are there any common mistakes many parents make in regards to graduation on the day, or something that they should know in advance?
I don't think so. I mean, usually we don't get any phone calls afterwards from parents saying, I wish I knew this, I wish I knew that, but I would just say communicate with your student is the best way to do these things. Your student gets all of the information that you should know too, and they're the best way to.
And look at the website.
Yeah, our website is always updated. We're planning on sending out a kind of like a postcard, just an informational postcard. Again, everything that we're putting on the postcard is on our website, but a little postcard, we'll be sending that out in the next week or so.
Christine, can you actually flip back to the ceremony time and location? I guess several parents came in late, and I was curious about that, so maybe we'll just put that up. Someone asked a question, what if it rains? The ceremony is indoors, so everything continues to go.
Yep.
This is the slide that we did earlier, in case you missed it, how long the ceremony lasts, and what time the students arrive, and the doors open, yes, at 8 a.m. So seating, first come, first serve?
First come, first serve, yep. General admission.
When will the students know if they graduate with honors? Does that come from the college?
Depending on if they're a May graduate, they'll know that week because the registrar's office does the final clearance, which is basically them checking off to make sure all the students have, completed everything that they need academically, and then they finalize the GPA then. If they're an August graduate, so a summer 1 or 2 student, then we take what honors that they have at that moment in May, like that first week of May, and use that as their honors.
What about relatives or guests that can't attend the ceremony? Will it be streamed on the computer?
It'll be streamed on the Northeastern website, live, yep, on our website and the Northeastern homepage, just northeastern.edu. No link to click, it'll just be front and center.
And what time do the students have to be at the garden again to be in the first line?
They need to be there at 7:30. A little change from last year.
What does the diploma look like? Is it in the hardcover?
Yes, hardcover. It's the size. The dimensions are it's 11 by 14. It's pretty big. And yeah, it comes in a hardcover with has a Northeastern seal on the front. It's a leather-bound cover. It's nice, and like a red silk inside.
Will the concession stands be open during that time?
They will.
So all the concession stands, people can get snacks and that type of thing?
Snacks and sodas and water.
Are students allowed to decorate their caps, and when do they usually do that?
Yes. So I just recently added the Senior Week events that are being held, and there is a cap decorating event the week of commencement, and that is also on our website on the events page as well.
Several questions about when do students move out of the housing. They have to be out the following day, so that Saturday they do have to be out of the residence halls. What time, a lot of people are asking about celebrating, what time would you say they should make their reservations for by the time it actually takes them to get out of the garden?
I would say 2.
2. Yeah.
Between 2 and 2:30. The ceremony is usually out by 1, and then they kind of getting together and finding your student. I would say 2.
But 2 o'clock,
safe
yeah. Safe, I agree.
Yeah.
Someone's asking about a wheelchair. Wheelchairs are not provided. You have to bring your own.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the garden does not provide wheelchairs for any guests. Can you give us your website? Can you maybe put the website, your address up there again? People are asking.
Commencement at northeastern.edu.
Okay, so we'll leave that up for a moment, and then we'll go back to a lot of people are asking about the individual college ones. Can you go to that slide just for a minute, and we'll leave that up? Can you talk a little bit about the difference between the individual college graduation ceremonies and the actual ceremony at TV Bank again?
Yep. So the main university-wide ceremony on May 5th is the official, graduation where the degrees are officially conferred by the deans and the president. There's a keynote speaker. We give honorary degrees out. Those will be announced at a later date, obviously. And it's more of the pomp and circumstance. It's more of an official graduation. The other ones are more of a celebration, more intimate for specific college.
And the individual ceremonies for the colleges, those last, what, about an hour and a half?
I would say like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And it's a good option for those who maybe won't be able to go to the Friday ceremony. They can give a ticket to, someone else.
And how do they know how many guests attend?
That information can be found on the event website.
Here's a good question about tickets. So if a grandparent has a baby with them, does that count as, when does that require a ticket, at what age?
So ages 2 and under do not need a ticket. 3 and up, they need a seat, so they need a ticket.
We have questions about the commencement fest. How do they register for that again? Do you want to turn that slide on for 1 second? Maybe, and cap and gown, where would you go to pick up your cap and gowns again?
Yep, that's on campus at the Solomon Courts, the basketball courts. That's in the Cabot Center, and that's the week of commencement, Tuesday and Wednesday, from 9 until 7.
So how do the students put in for their cap and gown? Do they do that?
So when they did the application, so the apply to graduate, they filled out whether or not they were attending the ceremony, and if they were, then they had the choice to choose a size.
And do each college have a different color on their cap and gowns or tassel?
The tassel is your degree. So like a Bachelor of Science is a gold tassel. All of engineering is orange. It's indicative of their degree.
And do students line up alphabetically according to their college? So engineering students, are they?
Yeah, so basically there's 4 files, is what we call them. And the students who are getting a diploma at the ceremony, so the May students, are lined up in the head of line, and that is college, degree, alpha order. And then the December students that have already graduated and the August students that will have graduated line up behind the May students alphabetically.
If a student is honors, is it printed on their diploma or is it in the program?
Both. If they, so we have to have the program printed, obviously, a decent amount ahead of time of the ceremony because, we have a lot printed. So if your student qualifies for honors the week of the ceremony, so if they qualify for honors the spring semester, it might not necessarily be in the program, but it will be on their diploma and they will receive an honor cord. Again, the program is not an official document whatsoever, it's just for the ceremony, and we kind of have to put in what we already have at the time. So we use information that we have as of March 17th.
Okay, can we go back to the slide if you could just put the commencement information just so as we end so people can take note of that?
Our website?
And parking questions, can parents park on campus and then go on to the T?
No, they cannot.
Okay, so which stations do you suggest they park? Could they go in the Renaissance garage?
They can go to Renaissance, definitely. Okay. There's no other parking of it. Or in Gainsborough garage will be closed because that's where we line up the graduate students, so Renaissance probably is the best bet for on-campus parking.
Okay. Is the graduate ceremony in the afternoon the same length as the morning one?
Yes, it's about 2 to 2.5 hours.
Should have graduate students already applied too? Is that where their deadline was March 17th?
Correct.
Too? Okay.
Yep.
Someone's asking about hotels. When should you book? I would say book now.
Book now,
book
yeah.
now.
Yep, book now.
Yeah, the link that we have up gives I think the best rates around, and there are some that have a discounted rate that we've partnered with, like the Sheraton, I believe. And
Yeah, there's 2 of
a
them.
couple others, yeah.
Yeah.
If we didn't get to your question, like I said, please feel free to email us, and I will forward those on to the commencement
Yep.
office tomorrow morning. We do appreciate you being here with us tonight. I want to thank Christina and Joan for their help. We know this is an exciting time in your students' life and yours too. So thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.